Hi kids, once again, it's Josh here, and of course this is the Bible, and this is an atheist point of view, right? The average long-haired, clean-shaven, all-American atheist, all-American, yeah. Well, not that quite American, and reading to you the all-well-renowned, known Bible, the most popular form of fiction of our time, to you, one chapter at a time, and basically pointing out how full of shit it is, how funny it is, how some of the names are funny, how it contradicts itself. Yeah, basically the whole thing. Why not, right? Who knows, maybe some ram Christian will come view it and go, huh, I'll be damned. But before I even go on, I like to do a little bumper music. Still sticking with the funk. Yeah, probably just stay funk for the whole book of Exodus. Now, Exodus. Did I just say Exodus? Where I left off in Exodus is chapter 10. Yeah, I won't make that fuck up again after yesterday. The plague of locusts. Verse 1. When the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and hearts of his officials so that I may perform these miracles, miraculous signs of mine among them." Always have to do it the hard way. Couldn't just show up and go, "Here I am!" You know, thunder, lightning, and long beard and all, whatever the fuck he looks like. Or the little lizard man from South Park. Okay, where did I leave off here? Verse 2. That I may perform these miracle signs among them, that you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Egyptians and how I performed my signs among them, and that you may know that I am the Lord. Verse 3. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said to him, "This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me?" Well, if God would quit hardening their hearts, maybe they would. But God's difficult like that. Fucking douchebag. Let my people go, so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I will bring locusts into your country tomorrow. Grasshoppers. They will cover the face of the ground so that it cannot be seen. They will devour what little you have left after the hail, including every tree that is growing in your fields. Oh, fuck. Verse 6, they will fill your houses and those of all your officials and all the Egyptians, something neither your fathers nor your forefathers have ever seen from the day they settled in this land till now. Then Moses turned and left Pharaoh. Bye-bye. See you, Pharaoh. Get fucked. Verse 7, Pharaoh's officials said to him, "How long will this man be a snare to us?" A snare? In comparison to what? A bass drum or a top hat? A snare. "Let the people go, so that you may worship the Lord, the God. Do you not yet realize that Egypt is ruined?" Verse 8, then Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh. "Go worship the Lord your God," he said, "but just who will be going?" Moses answered, "We will go with our young and old, with our sons and daughters, and with our flocks and heads, because we are to celebrate the festival to the Lord." A festival! We don't care, we just want to have a festival! I know, Anthrax, right. Verse 10, Pharaoh said, "The Lord be with you if I let you go with your women and children. Clearly you are bent on evil." Bent. Hell-bent, even. You're bent to get bent. "Now have only the men go and worship the Lord, since that's what you have been asking for." Then Moses and Aaron were driven out of Pharaoh's presence. Verse 12, and the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over Egypt, so that locusts will swarm over the land and devour everything growing in the fields, everything left by the hail." Whatever's left, eat it up. Verse 13, so Moses stretched out his staff over Egypt, and the Lord made an east wind blow across the land all day and all that night. You were supposed to use your hand, dummy, not your staff. I'm sure you're saving your hand for something else. By morning, the wind had brought the locusts. Oh, goody. They invaded all of Egypt and settled down in every area of the country in great numbers. Never before had there been such a plague of locusts, nor will there ever be again. They covered all the ground until it was black. They devoured all that was left after the hail, everything growing in the field and the fruit on the trees. Nothing green remained on the tree or plant in all the land of Egypt. Well, ain't that a bitch. Pharaoh quickly summoned Moses and Aaron and said, I have sinned against the Lord, your God, and against you. Now forgive my sin once more, and I pray to your Lord, your God, to take this deadly plague away from me. Verse 18, Moses then left Pharaoh and prayed to the Lord. Verse 19, and the Lord changed the wind to a very strong west wind, which caused up the locust and carried them into the Red Sea. Now the locust was left anywhere in Egypt, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the Israelites go. Oh, God is a masochist. Masochist! Alright, next paraphrase, the plague of darkness. Darkness had fallen upon the land. He's going to infect them with Darth Vader. Darkness. Verse 21. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand toward the sky so that darkness will spread over Egypt. Darkness that can be felt. So Moses stretched out his hand towards the sky, and total darkness covered all of Egypt for 3 days. No one could see anyone else or leave this place for 3 days. No one had a flashlight, and no one built a fire. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, I could... Maybe no flashlights, but come on, no fires? Whatever. Yet all Israelites had light in the places where they lived. Of course, the sun only shone in that one spot. Bullshit. Bullshit! Verse 24, then Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, go worship the Lord. Even your women and children may go with you. Only leave your flocks and herds behind. But Moses said, you must allow us to have sacrifices. And wait a minute. Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, okay, they had flocks and herds. All right. Verse 25, but Moses said, you must allow us to have sacrifices and burnt offerings to present to the Lord our God, because he's a sick, twisted, fucking... sick, twisted fuck. Absolute masochist. Verse 26, our livestock too must go with us. Not a hoof is to be left behind. Not a hoof. With the rest of the animal. We have to use some of them in worshiping the Lord our God. And until we get there, we will not know what we are to use to worship the Lord. Doesn't matter. Burn something. He loves the smell of burning flesh. Verse 27, but the Lord hardened the Pharaoh's heart, and he was not willing to let go. Pharaoh said to Moses, get out of my sight, because I can see you again. Make sure you do not appear before me again. The day you see my face, you will die. Just as you say, Moses replied, I will never appear before you again. Oh, fuck. Well, kids, once again, this is Josh, and this has been the Bible and an atheist point of view.